hybrid supercar in VR. Hello there everybody and welcome back to OpenFed Gaming. I am the OpenFed. Today we're driving in a 2013 Ferrari LaFerrari. Yeah, I said that twice with a law in front of it the second time. This is Ferrari's first hybrid sports car. We're driving it in a Ferrari Circuit Challenge at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. We're doing 5 laps. We start at 16th of 16 cars and we started with a rolling start. Now this is Ferrari's first hybrid supercar and it is awesome to drive. It looks fantastic inside. It handles the track really well. It's got lots of power. So we're gonna just take our time because we got 5 laps to run and we got lots of time. 3 cars per lap, 15 cars. That's how many we need to pass. So we're just gonna take our time, like I said, have a little patience and take them where we can. There's a couple of straight sections in this particular track, like right here, that you can really let her rip. This is one of my top tracks. I really like this one. And as you notice, we just passed 3 in a bunch and 1 in front of that. So that's 4 cars. And I think a couple before that. So we're doing really nicely on our first lap. However, it seems that the cars have kind of broken up into little groups and the groups in front have really moved on and taken off. So I'm glad I didn't waste too much time behind those first few guys, because when they block you out like that at the beginning of the race, if you wait too long before you start passing, these other guys are going to take off on you. And you just don't have the time for that, because if they take off on you, you'll never catch them again. Because that was the second group. Now there was only 2 cars in that little group, but the next group, look how far ahead they are. And we've already gone a long lap. So anyhow, the only thing to do is to put the pedal to the metal and catch up to the next batch as soon as we can and look for our opportunities to pass. Now, when there are no opportunities to pass, the best thing to do is to just get up behind them and stay with them. Now, Gran Turismo is a relatively safe game. They don't do a lot of, the cars don't hit each other, but they do spin out every once in a while. And every once in a while, you do have something happen. So you do gotta pay attention and be aware of the car in front of you and where he is and how close you're getting to him. Because you can, of course, obviously run into him, but you don't want to do that. You want to try and drive the way you're supposed to drive it. It's a little more fun that way. Now, by doing that, as you can see, I'm trying to pass them on the outside of a curve, and it just, you don't have enough throttle because the other guy's going too fast, so you can't get around him. But sometimes I do it just to see what the other guy's going to do. I know I couldn't get around him, but I did know I could pass him here because this is a nice little straight section again. So you got lots of room. And the other thing you got to remember, if you get on the inside of them like this, if you would have gotten closer to the corner, they seem to brake a little bit earlier than you have to. So you can sneak by them as you're coming up to a corner. Coming out of the corner, however, a different story. They seem to zip away as quickly as you can. So if you're following them through corners, they will take off on you as soon as they're able to. And you have to watch out, because sometimes that kind of prompts you to step on the throttle a little bit too early, and by doing that you end up spinning out. So you do got to be aware where you are on the track. Wait till you're fully out of the corner before you start pumping it up to get going again. Now we're just on our second lap. Like I said, these laps are not that long, and we're driving at such a high speed that they're gonna shoot by pretty quick. Now we just went by a couple, and here we're back. Now we see 3 more. Now, like usual, the OpenFed's forgotten to keep count of how many cars we passed. We know we needed to pass 15. We know we probably have passed about 10 of them already, but so we've got probably about a good chance of about 5 cars left to go. And at the stage where we are right now in the 3rd lap, we're probably about halfway, so the race is about halfway done. Anyhow, like I said, going through these little corners here, your best bet, stick with him. You're not going to be able to get him on the inside because he's not going to give you the room to when he goes around these corners. Around the outside you can't pass him because you don't have the speed. Best thing to do, only thing to do, stay behind him, stay close by, and then here you know you're going to get a straight section, cut on the inside, and you're fine. But as you can see, it's still hard because they're all pretty powerful cars. They all go pretty fast, but none of them go as fast as the LaFerrari I'm driving. And as we're catching up to our next two pieces of prey, as we're almost ready to finish off our third lap. Now, I'm not sure how many more cars are in front of us, but I would have to say that if I'm guessing after these two, I saw one way in the front there turn the corner, so that's 1, 2, 3 for sure. We got 3 cars in front of us for sure. We're going to be able to pass one here. We know that. We might be able to get that red one too in front of the grandstand because it's straight. And this thing really throttles up fast, that's for sure. He's got a lot of speed. So this is now our fourth lap. And it doesn't look like we're going to get by him here because we're going to get into that little S curve. Now we got 2 of them left in front of us. There you go. I do believe that these 2 are the final 2 cars, 1 and 2, and we're number 3 at the moment. So what we're going to do, seeing as how we've started our 4th lap, we know there's a straight section coming up. When we get to that section, we pass this guy here in front of us. We can stay with him. And then when we get back to the grandstand, we'll see if we can pass that other one, if we can catch up to him by then. So here we go. Let's put the plan into effect. We got 2 corners and then that straight section. We'll see if we can pass by this guy. See how quick, how much they slow down around the corner, but see how quickly they speed up and zip away when they get around. So you got to stick with them, and here we go. I'm going to get by him on this straight section if we have enough power. Now these 2 guys in the front, they're there for a reason, man. They go fast. It was tough catching up to this guy, but we did it. Now we're going to get this last guy. Once we get in front of him, if we can get in front of him by the grandstand, then we get to drive 1 lap as the lead car with him pushing us from behind. So we're still going to have to push it. Can't just take it for granted, because you look at the guy that we just passed, you see him in the rearview mirror. Remember what I said, as long as you can see him in the rearview mirror, he's only about a second to a second and a half behind you, if that. So you can't drive off the track, you can't hit something, you can't do nothing. You got to drive a clean race, and you got to push it a little, because you know he's going to. So after we get by him, we're going to rip as hard as we can to the corner here so we can create a little bit of a buffer zone between him and us. Car number 2, that is, and us, car number 1. Because that's where we want to be. Now we are coming up to this here little S section, and after that it's pretty well clear sailing. Those 2 cars, they should not be able to catch up to us as long as we drive a clean, fast race. We use the full width of the track. Go from side to side when you go around the corner, so you don't have to slow down your speed any more than you have to. And just rip her through until we see that checkered flag. Well, I tell you, I sure like this race. This is a real fun race to run. But then I like this track. It's one of the top tracks in my book. And the Ferraris, I've driven several of the different Ferraris, and some of them drive a little stranger, but mostly the older models. The newer models, they all drive absolutely fantastic. And the graphics in this particular race are fantastic. They're great. The car looks great, handles great. I don't know what else we could ask for, but the number 1 place in this race, which is coming up. Sure enjoyed this race, and I hope you did too. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Hope to see you back again at OpenFed Gaming real soon. You have a great rest of your day. Till next time, you've been racing with the OpenFed.